feeling about this place?
Hello everyone, welcome to my guide on the Forbidden City, and this one's really exciting. We have a lot of fun enemies here. But first up we have some enemies that we've already met, and that's a police bot enforcer 2, and a police bot. This first police bot enforcer is actually outside of the range of the other two, so you can just ambush him. You have to be really careful here about one thing, and that's when you're going to be placing your people. The person that you're gonna be like aiming at the first time, the game is not gonna give you him. He might give you this police bot, so you want to be careful about making sure that you are like shooting the right enemy, because you don't want to alert them. So let's start with Borman, and you can see that this offers me the police bot. We don't want to fight him, we want to fight this guy. So we're gonna be using his ancient pistol just to see if there's any chance that we could possibly disable him, and yes we do. Perfect. Gonna follow up with ducks. We got a crit chance, which is great. Now I believe that Selma's weapon knocks back enemies. I mean, I think so. I'm not 100% certain. So just be certain to, yeah, make sure that she's placed in this direction, so that even in case he would be like knocked back, you would be still outside of range of the other two guys. If she was shooting from here, you could be in trouble, because the knockback could move him in this direction. That would alert these guys, so just be careful about that. Same thing with the person who is gonna shoot the final shot. You want to make sure that that's either Dax or Pharaoh, because in case Borman did it, he would be falling in that direction. That might be too close to that police bot. So, and as always, be careful to aim at the right person. So we want to aim at this guy. So let's go. I don't know if Dex can finish him off. No, he can't. Well, actually, if he gets a crit chance, he can. Yeah, perfect. See, this didn't alert the other guys, but you gotta be kind of careful. Okay, now for the two of them, they're too close to each other, so we have to fight them together. But a great tip is to go up here, because you're gonna have a fantastic cover. You're gonna have essentially full cover on every one of your people. You're gonna hide Dax in here. And once Pharaoh will follow, we can actually use her and hide her, thinking about here. And then you would take Borman. Now, because the enemies, you are under such a good cover, you could probably use Selma here and use her tree hugger to stop them from moving. So they would still try to shoot at you, but because you're so well covered, they would not do much damage. However, I think we're just gonna use the circuit breakers as usual, because we can use them both. We don't really have a problem with that. So, as usual, start with Borman just to see if there's any chance that he will disable him. Oh, right, an important point here. You can use loud weapons because right, there are no more enemies close enough. So you can just use your boomstick with Borman. Now, unfortunately, the boomstick does not actually have a chance to disable enemies. So what we're gonna do with Borman is we're gonna shoot this police bot enforcer with the ancient pistol, and we get lucky enough that we manage to disable him. And then we're gonna use the better weapons with everybody else. So Dax is gonna use his GJR, and he can shoot him, and he has a 95% chance of a crit chance. So we do critical hit. So now we only need to do 12 damage with Pharaoh. And let me look at Pharaoh. Now Pharaoh, if we go at the Elysium, she has a 100% chance of a shot and a 100% chance of a crit chance, so she can kill that police bot straight up. So the advantage of this is that if you get lucky with Borman, you don't even need to use one of your circuit breakers. If Borman doesn't manage to disable this first police bot enforcer, it's okay. Just use your one of your circuit breakers. That's fine. You still have the option to not use the other, which I think is really cool. Now with Borman, if we get Borman, yes, we're gonna switch now to the boomstick, because we want to do a lot of damage and there's no point to just not use. And then we're gonna finish him off with ducks. You gotta reload. And the GTR has a great range, so you don't really have to care about anything about the fact that Borman knocked him back, because it's relevant. Now those were kind of like the easy enemies in this one, because there are some really interesting ones ahead, and I'm so excited to show you, because they're like, wow, gonna blow your mind a little bit. And I know I might have said it with some other enemies, but oh boy, I did not know this one. Now, okay, so the next enemy we have is this flying thingy.
For a shortcut through a forbidden city, this ain't so bad. What can go wrong?
Mimir Z800 on level 70. It's a Red Skull enemy.
Look at that thing. It's one of those machines we've seen broken all over the zone.
But this one seems very much alive and guarding the city against interlopers.
Yeah, this is not like ghouls or zone dogs. We can't fight this thing. We need another way around it.
So they will tell you to take a way around it. Do you think we're gonna do that? Yeah, if you said that we're gonna run around, well then you don't know me well enough, so you gotta subscribe to get to know me. And for those of you who knew, subscribe because I'm gonna kill a Red Skull enemy. Now, this enemy has so many interesting features that I gotta tell you about before we're gonna fight him. First up, what he does is he does this kind of like a scanning thing on the ground, and if he catches any one of your people, he's gonna do it soon, then he will send 2 Mimir Z200s. They will fly around and they will go to attack you. So let me just move until he does that. He doesn't seem to want to scan now. Well, he'll scan soon. And he's gonna like deploy them, they're gonna like run after you. See, now that he saw us, because we were scanned, you can see that he sends those 2 flying thingies after you, so you gotta run away. A good place to run away is down inside this place.
Not good, not good. Show me the exit.
You can fairly well hide here, kind of like behind this. They will not follow you that far also. See, they will run away. If you move back too quickly, they might start following you again. However, this is not the main problem with this enemy. What he also does is you can see that he's looking with his light on certain places, and he can see you there even if you're hidden. So if he's gonna like light up at you and you're hidden there, he will deploy the Mimir Z200s. The Mimir Z200s cannot see you, but the Mimir Z800 can. And what had happened to me a few times actually was, if I had a lot of people hidden at some spot where he is looking, he has deployed the Mimir Z200s, and even though they were not able to see me, sometimes what happened was that they were like stationary, standing above me to where I was sitting, because the Mimir Z800 kept looking at me with his light, and so he kept like telling the Mimir Z200s like, hey, I can see somebody there, go check it out. And the Mimir Z200, they were trying, but they cannot see me because I was hidden. So they were stationary, standing above me, which means the only way to get out of that situation was to ambush them, because otherwise we're kind of under deadlock. You couldn't have moved because you were hidden and the enemies were standing right above you. So this is an important thing to know for those of you guys who are playing on the difficulty where you cannot restart like a game. So you really want to be careful about that, because you might end up yourself in a deadlock. This is not so important with this particular enemy. There's going to be one more of these over there. And with him, I might even try to show you if I can. I don't know. It doesn't always work that way, so I'll try and we'll see. Now, what you want to do here is you want to hide your people in some good position. Be careful about the hiding thing, because you can get stuck. So what I like to do is I actually like to split my groups and hide them there one by one. Okay, so this was not great a move. Let's hide Dax there, and then we're gonna move with everybody else. So they should follow the person who's moving, which is Pharaoh. And as usual, you just want to hide in that spot over here. Sometimes they don't even go that far. Okay, he's leaving. Perfect. Okay, so let me prep my people, and then we're gonna talk about how to actually kill him. Okay, I'm gonna hide here, and then I'm gonna straight up attack. Now, what's important with him is this. You can use a circuit breaker on him, however, the problem with the circuit breaker is the fact that even if you disable him, once you disable him, the 2 Mimirs will kind of fall off of him and they will not be disabled. So, what you need to do is you need to use a grenade. Because if you use an EMP grenade, it will actually disable both of these Mimir Z200s. That's pretty important. So let me shoot that at him like this. So they will fall off of him and they will remain disabled. If you use the circuit breaker, they are not disabled. Now, with Pharaoh, we have the GGR, so we can shoot. Now, normally what I like to do with these enemies is you usually want to fight like these guys, right? This is what you want. You want to kill them first. No. When you kill the Mimir Z800, he will blow up and he will kill both of his friends, I guess, or servants, or whatever that is, with him. So you just focus on fighting him. That's all you want to do. And we can see that Pharaoh has a 100% crit chance and 100% shot, which is fantastic. So we can do a damage of 7. Then we're going to follow up with Borman. And just like before, remember to shoot only at the big guy. Don't care about the tiny ones. And they're also disabled for like 3 turns, or how many turns we need. You're gonna keep shooting him. Now, when he blows up, it's actually really bad for you because he blows up for like lots. Where Dax is standing, there's no way we are protected. Pharaoh might be protected. Borman, I think, would probably still get hurt. So right before you like finish him off, you gotta be really, really careful about stepping back long enough. Now, at this point, the big guy is disabled for 2 more. Okay, for 1 more turn. Okay, so we can still shoot at him. We're fine. But during the next turn, we will have to either use another EMP grenade or kill him off, depending on how well we can do. Okay. They're all disabled for 1 more turn, so we still have 1 more turn to kill him. Now, Dax at this point would be able to kill him. You don't want to do that. So, what you're gonna do with Dax is you're gonna move away to about there, I'm thinking. Yeah, this should be fine. He has a 75% shot from here, so this is gonna be good. So let's move him to there. And we will reload, I guess. Now, we're gonna take Pharaoh and we're gonna move her. No, I'm actually not sure if she's good enough. Let's move her to there. That should be far enough. And the problem is that if Dax doesn't kill the enemy, then we are in trouble, right? Because we don't have well, actually, okay. If Dax doesn't make it, we can throw an EMP grenade on them with Pharaoh. But I think a better shot is probably to just use run and gun on Borman, because then in case Dax doesn't kill him, I can reload and shoot with Borman because I have run and gun. But I don't think it's gonna be necessary. But it's always a good backup. So let's shoot with Dax. He'll blow up. The 2 Mimirs die as well, and you can see that they're all fine. We can see that all the thingies that were here, they're all blown up. So this is like, it's really important to be very far away. We didn't actually need to use the run and gun, but it's a pretty good backup in this one, because if Dax wouldn't have made it, we're in a lot of trouble. Now this wasn't the only enemy here. There are like plenty more enemies that you gotta fight. But I gotta say, it's kind of fun to fight him. It's really unfortunate that the circuit breaker thing doesn't work, because I would really love to like kill him off with the circuit breaker and just do that. But it doesn't disable those 2 flying guys, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, next up we're gonna fight this police bot enforcer. Here you can just use a regular circuit breaker. Actually, you can just use a silent weapon with Borman and see if you can disable him. So let's see. I did use the sound weapon, right? Yes, I did. Good. You gotta switch to the sound weapon on Dax as well. I'm gonna move Dax closer so that he gets a better shot. And this is also a good fight here because you can kind of recover some of your abilities. Not the circuit breaker, of course, but at least the run and gun on Borman. We'll move to. We gotta switch to the crossbow, and we'll move to there. Yes. Just gonna continue shooting. No big deal. Nice, and Dax should finish him off. Perfect. Now this, we have another Mimir Z800 here, and with this one is what I had the problem with, was that I had the stationary Mimir Z200 is flying above me, so I was essentially in a deadlock and I was unable to move away. I think I was hiding behind this car. That's what kind of happened to me, so be careful about that. You gotta kill other enemies here because we want to kill them with loud weapons. So we're gonna be moving to... Actually, let's kill that police bot first. So let's just go here. As usually, start with Borman, and it's just the same logic with these guys. Nothing too special about it. Just try with Borman. If you can't, use a circuit breaker. That's the whole story. Move your people closer so you can get a 100% shot. And that's all. If you need to revive somebody's abilities like Selma or Magnus, this is a good place to do that. So you can, because you can, Borman doesn't have to be the one with the ancient pistol, right? I can give it to Selma. It's gonna work the same way. So if I need to revive her ability, I can just do that. You know what? It's actually a good tip. Let me check if I need to do that before we go fight this this police bot enforcer. So let me fast forward it for you. Okay, so I did a quick check, and I don't actually need to revive any of my abilities on anyone. So we can just straight up go at this police bot enforcer. Borman goes first. This game, it's not ladies first, it's Borman first. And as usual, just keep shooting at everybody. Borman did what he was supposed to, so he disabled him. So we can just very nicely shoot him. However, Pharaoh knocked him back, so now we gotta kind of move a bit closer with ducks. That's okay. Now, because the game tells you that you're supposed to like avoid the big enemy, you can of course do that, but I mean, this wouldn't be my guide if we didn't try to kill Red Skull enemies. I mean, it is what we do here, so. And I think it's kind of fun. It makes me feel better about myself when I kill Red Skull enemies. Because, I mean, it makes you feel cool, like, hey, I did that. Is she gonna miss? Oh, she didn't miss. She shot a 50% shot. It wouldn't matter, he was disabled for many turns anyways, so. Okay, time for the big fight number 2. You can see that there are more enemies there on the left, but, ooh, actually, I don't know if they're... Yeah, I think they're gonna be far enough. If you're gonna be fighting your big guy on this right-hand side, you should be far enough from them. And I'm actually thinking about hiding probably behind this thingy thing. Seems like this would be a good cover for fighting him. Now, on Dax we had the Mimir PC 9, but this only have a range of 8, and now we have everybody kind of far away. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna give him Rambina, or I think I'm gonna give him. Let's give him the Elysium because it's a little bit further away. Okay, let's wait for him to come back. Now we have to use the grenade for this one because the circuit breaker ability does not work. It will only disable the main guy. And the 2 Mimirs, they will not be disabled. So we could use a Pharaoh then to disable the other one, right? But still there would be one that would not be disabled. So we cannot do that. Let's start with somebody. Actually, does Borman have a grenade? Yes, he does. You know what? I'm going to use run and gun on him. Because this will allow me to use the grenade on all of these. And then I can just, I can still shoot, so I can do like 2 things at once, which is kind of cool. See, they're falling off of him, they're disabled, which is perfect. And I'm going to switch to the GJR and shoot. Not the Mimir, the big Mimir. And the strategy is exactly the same as before. Just going to keep shooting him until you kill him. You should be able to do that in the 3 turns that the EMP grenade disables your enemy for. If you haven't taken this particular, because the fact that it's for 3 turns is dependent on an artifact skill that I have. So if you don't have it, you're only disabling them for 2 turns. So then you just use another EMP grenade. You should have plenty. I haven't bought any and I still have plenty to use. So I think it should be same for you. So let's just fire up. I actually think that this time we are far enough when the Mimir blows up, so I'm probably not gonna be moving away. Let's just hope I'm right, because otherwise this would be a bad guide. Yeah, but I think we're fine. We should be far enough. And remember to always switch to the big Mimir because,
What do you think about that?
I mean, I tend to forget sometimes, and then you can be in trouble. Again on the big guy. Oh, I missed with Dex. That's fine. It happens. We should still... He's disabled for one more turn, so we will still be able to kill him quite easily. But, yeah. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, if we didn't miss with Dex, you would be able to kill him this turn, so you wouldn't even need to use an additional EMP grenade, which I think is kind of cool. Oh, now he's gonna blow up? Okay, and we were far enough, so we didn't get hurt. There are more enemies to fight. Let's go. And of course, if you kill the smaller Mimirs, they will hurt the big guy as well. If you kill the Mimir Z200 first, they will hurt the big one. But it seems kind of useless, because it's much easier to just kill the big guy. The next set of enemies is actually quite exciting. They're here in the Robo Shack, and...
Robo Shack. I bet there's some nice scrap hiding in there. Or some killer robots. Take your pick.
How about both?
Welcome to Robo Shack. Take a look around and let me know if you need anything. Due to new policies, shoplifters will face immediate persecution.
And the shoplifters will face immediate persecution. This is the important part. So the way this works is that... I don't know why Dux and Pharaoh aren't like following me. Okay, there. As soon as you take something like this RoboScrap, you will get attacked. So, the same logic works here as in Castle of Light. Where essentially you want to make sure that before your enemies stop talking, you are completely hidden, so that then they will be unable to actually have their enemy turn first, and the fight will start with the player turn. So what you're gonna do with Borma is you're gonna take this robot scrap and then you're gonna immediately hide. You will get attacked. Now, even though, if I want to show you, if I'm shooting, I can shoot at a lot of different enemies, right? Or 4 of them. Only this police bot and this police bot enforcers are your enemies. While you can technically kill this guy and this guy, they will not be fighting you and they will not be considered your enemies. So what I'm gonna do is, first up, I'm gonna take Borman and shoot this police bot enforcer with the ancient pistol just to see if I can disable him. And I can't. Okay, well, that then means that I need to use Dax. I'm gonna switch to the better weapon, to the Elysium, and I'm gonna use the Circuit Breaker ability on this police bot enforcer. Nice, we disabled him. You can use loud weapons here because everybody else is like too far away. And then with Pharaoh, we're gonna have to use the Circuit Breaker ability as well. If you cannot use your Circuit Breaker ability, just use EMP grenade. So let's go with her.
I'm the hero, you're the zero.
And it's a little confusing because you have those other 2 enemies that you don't need to fight. But the way it explains is kind of when you switch to a better weapon with Borman. When you switch, like, it doesn't tell you their name and stuff like that. That's kind of what it means, that you don't need to shoot them. So let's fight this police bot enforcer next, and we'll finish him off with Dax. Yes. So he's dead, and we still have 1 more turn to kill this other one with Pharaoh.
You don't know who you're messing
with Pharaoh and then with everybody else. You could probably kill this guy at this point. Like, you could use, I don't know, an EMP grenade to kill him off. I don't think there's any point to it. You might get, like, scrap from him if you kill him, or some loot. I don't know. I haven't really tried it. It's not necessary. So then you can take the loot from here, and you can actually take this robot scrap, and nobody will attack you. These guys will no longer attack you, so this is a really good way because you can get a lot of scrap here for essentially, like, just for a bit of a fight. Okay. So. Now let me prep up for the next enemies. Oh, and this one is the same, right? Just like the one on top. He's just not gonna hurt you, even though he knows about you, he will not attack you. And they're considered your enemies, so they will seem red on this on the map, but there's like no really much of a point in fighting them, I would say. So yeah, let me prep my people for the next enemies and then we'll continue. Okay, so these were all the enemies in the area. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested for like a playthrough where we actually kill those other two guys that we don't need to kill in that fight. I can do that because the important thing is that you cannot like ambush them after. What I mean by that is that if you haven't killed them in that one fight, you cannot do it retrospectively. You cannot like go up to them and ambush them now. It's not gonna work. So you have to kill them in that fight. So if you would be interested in seeing an episode on that, write down in the comments. And the main what's important in this one, well, first of all, you want to use the EMP grenades to fight the Z800s. And next important thing is the circuit breaker is not going to work on them because of the Mimir Z200s. They will fly down, they will not be broken, so you want to make sure that you use your MP grenades. You're just going to keep shooting them with loud weapons until you kill them. It's really not that bad. And the police bot enforcer we kill the same way as always. And as for these guys, you want to make sure that you are hidden before you start the attack. You don't need to kill these two, but you can. If you want to know how, ask me in the comments. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.